Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install OpenClaw on a Raspberry Pi to get it up and running. Now, OpenClaw, for those of you guys who do not know, is an open source self-hosted AI platform that lets you run an always-on assistant on hardware you control. In this case, the Raspberry Pi. Some people use other devices such as Mac Minis to run their OpenClaw. Really, it just makes it an interesting option for beginners and anyone who wants a more practical, controlled way to run their agent. And also, it is typically deemed safer to run OpenClaw on a computer just for OpenClaw because people are still unsure of the security implications of running such an agent. So that's why people get computers such as Raspberry Pi, Mac Minis to run these agents for security purposes. Either way, by the end of this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to run OpenClaw on the Raspberry Pi. So we'll be walking through the installation end to end, and we'll be going through a very simple example of how we'll be using OpenClaw. Hopefully in the future on this channel, we'll be doing more advanced examples of how we can interact with OpenClaw in a more advanced, practical way. If you guys are interested in those types of videos before we get started, and if you are interested in Raspberry Pi in general, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Okay, so to get started with OpenClaw on the Raspberry Pi, we just want to take the SD card that we are going to be using. We just want to insert it into our computer. That's the first thing we want to do. And make sure it's unlocked if you're using an SD card adapter. So I'm going to go ahead and insert it into my computer, unlocked as you see there. And once that is inserted into our computer, we want to make sure we have the Raspberry Pi imager. So we could download that for our platform. I'm using Mac OS. You can download it if you're on Windows or Linux respectively. And this will just allow us to install the operating system on the Raspberry Pi, which we will be using to in turn download the OpenClaw agents. So go ahead and download that. I already have the imager open, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to this imager. So I believe it's here. So we can go ahead. I don't want to update it now. That's fine. And I am using a Raspberry Pi 5 model, so to go ahead and select the one you're using. You don't necessarily have to use a Raspberry Pi 5. I just use the beefiest model just in case in the future I want to do something intense with OpenClaw. I am using a Raspberry Pi 5 model with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So we're going to go ahead and select this. And we'll just download Raspberry Pi OS 64 bits. There we go. So this is the correct one now. And enter your host name. We'll call it Shilatech Raspberry Pi. Of course, name it whatever you want. This is just the name that you're going to use when you SSH into your device from your computer. So name that as you please. This doesn't really matter for now. I mean, this is time zone. You could just change this later on your Raspberry Pi if time matters for your jobs. And then the username. So this is just the username we're going to use to SSH in. And then we could just do a password. Let's do something simple. Okay. And we have, this is just the internet password. So obviously your Raspberry Pi has to connect to the internet to download things. So this is my internet name. And then we'll just put the password here for my internet. Okay. Use password authentication. That's fine. So let's use password authentication. Enable Raspberry Pi Connect. We don't need that. And finally, this is it. So this is pretty much going to wipe the SD card. So make sure you have nothing critical on this and go ahead and write it and give it some time to download the operating system on the SD card. And once that's done, we'll just insert it into the Raspberry Pi and we have the image we need, the Raspberry Pi image we need to begin to run commands. Okay, so it looks like the image is done installing. So we can go ahead and just click finish here. And once that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and take the SD card out or the SD card adapter, and I'm going to take the actual SD card as you see here. So I'm just going to put that into my Raspberry Pi. So there is an SD card slot on the back. You see there, we're just going to go ahead and insert that in. And once we have that in, we can just go ahead and plug this thing into power. So we're just going to go ahead and power the Raspberry Pi. And if we set up our internet name properly on the setup with the password, this thing should automatically connect to the internet on boot. And we should be able to connect to it from our computer and run some commands. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, next thing we want to do is we just want to SSH into Raspberry Pi. So I'm just going to go open a terminal on a Mac. If you're on a Windows, it's just CMD. And I believe if you're on a Linux box, you just open the shell. But either way, you just want to open the command line interface on your machine because we'll be communicating and sending commands via CLI. So once we have access to that, we can go ahead and just run this SSH command. So you just want SSH, the name that you created, and the host.local. And all these commands are on the free link in the blog down below at shieldtech.com. If you obviously do not want to copy them off the screen, that is so 20 years ago, we can just go to the blog, copy them in. And of course, you can even use AI as well to generate commands. I'm using Cursor, which is an AI-enabled IDE, which is really nice if you have any questions or commands you want to run for OpenClaw. So we're going to go ahead and click enter here. So I don't know why this just happened. Offending host key has changed and you have requested strict. Oh, I believe I connected to this machine before and now the host key's changed. So let's actually ask, let's see what the AI agent asks, because you might run into this same issue. Okay, we have to generate the key again. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and run this. So if that happens, let's go ahead and SSH again. See, that's why we're using Cursor AI to help us. Okay, so we can go ahead and click yes now. Hopefully you didn't run into the same issue I had. That was just because it was the second time I was logging on to that machine from scratch. So it looks like it's asking for the password now. So we could just do the password that we created in the imager. And it looks like we are on the machine now. So we have access to the Raspberry Pi via CLI. We could just type in ls. And now that we have access to the Raspberry Pi, we can go ahead and install the packages we need. So OpenClaw is a Node application, so we have to install Node. So to go ahead and copy this in and just paste it in there. And of course, you can ask Cursor or whatever IDE you want, whatever AI agent you want, how to install Node if you like to as well. So it looks like it's installing. And once Node is installed, we can just go ahead and install OpenClaw. And then we'll have OpenClaw on our machine. Pretty cool. Okay, it looks like it took a little more than a minute to download. I was surprised it took so long. Either way, now we could just make sure we have OpenClaw. So it looks like we have the latest version of OpenClaw. So it looks like things are working as expected. Okay, it looks like it is installed. So next step we want to do is we just want to configure OpenClaw to actually run. And what I mean by that is we're going to plug it into the API model we want it to utilize. So I'm going to be using OpenAI API. And in addition to that, we'll be configuring it with WhatsApp. So we'll be doing a simple example where we'll ask it a question or that sort of nature, and it'll send us a message back on WhatsApp. A lot of people use OpenClaw to automate their WhatsApp flows to send them updates on WhatsApp. So it's a pretty popular way to interact with OpenClaw. You could even send it commands through WhatsApp. So just keep that in mind, WhatsApp and Telegram are very popular. In order to do that, we just want to go ahead and install the daemon. I believe that's how you say it. I probably butchered that, the daemon. Sorry guys if you're really particular about your English, but we're going to go ahead and install that. And I understand this is personal by default. It just gives you a warning here of what OpenClaw is. You see it mentions some security. Thankfully, we're running on a Raspberry Pi. We don't really care too much about security, at least not too much, because it's its own standalone device. I understand this is a personal by default, and share, yes. Yes, continue. Okay, setup, quick start, we could do that. So there's Anthropic, where's OpenAI? Go here, so many models these days, wow. I didn't even know there's many models, API key. I enter OpenAI API key, so we can go ahead and get an API key. I have my OpenAI account as you see here. So we can go ahead and do this. So we can go ahead and create a new secrets. Let me just make sure we're recording right now. Okay, we are recording. Okay. So we can go ahead and get a new secret here, and we can go ahead and create it. Let's call it OpenClaw YouTube. I'll delete this after. This is a secure key, so if someone has access to this, they can potentially exhaust the usage or charge you a bunch of money. So make sure this is very secure. So go ahead and create the key. Go ahead and copy it, and we can go ahead and enter it here. Okay, cool. Some warnings here. And default model, I'll just choose 5. It's fine. Of course, the better the model, the more expensive. So you want to be aware of that, and you want to know what models to use for what cases. So let's go ahead. I don't really use Telegram too much. I'll use WhatsApp though, so we can go ahead and do that. Link WhatsApp now, yes. And with this QR code, what we do is we pretty much just point it, scan this QR code, and this will allow it to send messages to you through WhatsApp. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my phone, and let me actually screen record here so you guys can see what's going on. So let's go to WhatsApp. Okay. Go ahead and I believe we do this. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and continue. And I believe we can just link device. Okay, so go ahead and scan that. So we're scanning it on WhatsApp. This is pretty regular. And it looks like it is linked. Okay, so now that it's linked, we should be good to go, and we should be able to get messages from this. So this is WhatsApp phone setup. This is my personal phone. Okay. Do that. And I'm going to go ahead and enter my number here. I believe this is for browser search, so you can do some browser stuff. Let's just use Brave. I think that's a popular one. We could just go ahead and skip this. We'll use browser automation later. Configure skills now. Sure. Install missing skill dependencies. We can skip for now. Just go ahead. See, there's so many things you can do with OpenClaw. It's very configurable. Just go ahead and submit. I want to skip this though. There we go. No, so many. Yeah, this takes a while. Set. We already did though. No. Skip for now. Okay. Wow, this does take a while, doesn't it? Gateway service installed. Do this later. Okay. Wow, I don't remember it taking this long the first time I did it. Okay, looks like we are good to go. So we should be able to send messages back and forth from WhatsApp. So let's go ahead and do a quick example and get an AI response in WhatsApp. And we'll call it done for this segment of the tutorial. Okay, so now that we connected everything, we could just verify it's working. So go ahead and open your phone and go to WhatsApp or whatever messaging you use, maybe Telegram, and just go ahead and send a message to yourself if you paired it through yourself. So I'm just going to go ahead and send a message through Mahmoud Shilla, and the AI should receive it because we paired it through our own account. So I'm in a WhatsApp right here, as you can see, and we can just test it. Go ahead and say hello, and we should get an AI response fueled by your AI account. So make sure you have funds in your AI account, that is, in this case, OpenAI. So it looks like we got a response, and we could just say something simple like, tell a funny joke. And these are just AI responses. So we can see the joke it's about to tell is probably not so funny. What did the scarecrow get? Why did the scarecrow get promoted? He was outstanding in his field. Okay, I don't really understand the joke, but I think you get the gist of it. Looks like things are working as expected, and I hope you got it working as well. Thanks for watching, everyone, today. I hope you got it working, and I hope you learned something new as well. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more on OpenClaw and agents, let me know in the comment section. I know this is a really popular subject now in Q1 2026, so I'll probably do more videos regardless. Either way, let me know what you want to see in the comment section down below. Thanks, guys. Do not forget to check us out on chilltech.com for the blog and also for other related Raspberry Pi components in IoT consulting if you are interested in that. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.